Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. I hope you guys are doing well out there, enjoying your holidays. I hope you had a Merry Christmas and are looking forward to a Happy New Year. Let's talk about Sega. I was reading this article, guys, and this article is from The Guardian, and they published it, and it's written by Keith Stewart. And it gave me some insights on what Sega's new phase is, and they're walking away from retro, basically, because they were being asked about the Sega Saturn Mini, the Dreamcast Mini, and the statement was pretty bold and pretty loud. We are not a retro company. Now, they're getting ready to get back to the future. And, I found this article very interesting. I'm going to read a part of it for you because it really sets the stage for what Sega wants to do in the future. They're reviving some of their old properties, but they don't necessarily want to go retro because they're catering to a new market. They're catering to today's market. With the success of Sonic, for example, and the new audience that they're catering to, they see the vision of the company moving forward as something where they need to go back to what they were back when they were battling Nintendo. And, sort of like in this article puts it, when they were the rock and roll to the vanilla type of content that Nintendo was putting out back in the day. And as I'm looking at some exotic birds over here, birds that I've never seen before, guys, I swear. I just saw a white bird fly by with a little bit of black on it. And it's some sort of hawk, I don't know, but it's hunting rabbits. This is pretty cool out here, let me tell you. Doing this, recording this while I'm talking about retro, that's quite an experience, let me tell you that. I don't know where I'm going to upload this. I think once I get closer to some sort of cell tower or something like that, I don't know, might even have to go to the Starbucks or something. But anyway, for more than a decade, between the late 80s and the 21st century, Sega was one of the coolest video game companies on the planet. Its arcade games, from Golden Axe to Virtua Fighter, were blockbuster successes. The Mega Drive, which we know as the Sega Genesis, brought a punk rock attitude to the home console market, challenging Nintendo's family-friendly approach with eye-pummeling TV commercials. Man, those commercials were great, weren't they? The console wars, what a period to be alive, right? What a period to be alive. And when we think about these things, like this statement that this guy's making, that we're not a retro company, I mean, it's bittersweet, right? I mean, we're looking for the new content, but at the same time, we're not the market anymore, right? I mean, the whole Dreamcast Mini, Sega Saturn Mini would be something for us, and there's not enough money in it. There's not enough of us around anymore. The greater public is a lower age demographic. Unfortunately, that's where the money's at, right? I'm sure somebody could take the mantle, maybe buy the license, but it's not going to be Sega themselves, right? Now, the CEO, Itsumi, had a long and varied career in games, starting at Sony with the launch of the PlayStation in 1993, before moving to Sega and then Q Entertainment, Warner Music, and Disney Interactive. He returned to Sega back in 2019, eventually becoming the co-chief operating officer during a challenging period of time for Sega Europe. And this is where this man comes from. Those are his roots, right? And in a recent interview with Eurogamer, Itsumi said that he wanted Sega to be once again the rock and roll to Nintendo's pop music. Although little has been revealed about the nature of these returning franchises, the remakes that have been talked about now. The reboots, like the originals, are they new adventures? We don't know as of yet, right? He's adamant of what they won't be. It's exercises in nostalgia for nostalgia's sakes. Gamers love Sega because we showed a new style, attitude, and lifestyle to gamers, he says. I want to bring that feeling back. So that's really what he wants to do. It's not so much that these are going to be retro games catering to the retro community. He's putting on new properties. He's seeing this new customer, the new customer that watches a movie maybe on their phone, listens to TikTok, and then all of a sudden is playing games on his device. That really is the audience. It's not only the audience for Sega. It's the audience for everybody. And like I said, it is bittersweet because us older gamers, Gen Xers, right, and people from the 90s, millennials or what have you, are really the ones who built this company. With our purchases, with our support and what have you. And it just feels like you're getting left by the wayside because we're not the intended public anymore. Of course we can enjoy these games. There's certain franchises that we stick to. But the company themselves wants to bring that old attitude to a new set of customers, basically. And those new set of customers, they're not in love with physical media, right? They're not in love with the products that we love. That's why these mini consoles are going to, get left behind, at least by the company officially. Now, there's always a chance, like I said, that somebody can purchase these, like at games. I don't know. maybe Atari wants to take a swing at it with their new studios, maybe develop something. I don't know. I mean, there's a niche market there to make money, of course, but they're not going to make the billions that they're looking for. Remember this. Sega needs to make billions. That's the only things they're investing in, right? As a company, they need to be within that ballpark. They can't be into something that's going to make, less than $100 million, right? That's what they're batting for, unfortunately, and that's not us anymore. We don't have that kind of draw. We used to, of course. We're very loyal. We'll buy multiple games of the same franchise and different platforms, things like that. But we just don't have the numbers. He knows it. Every CEO knows it. And that's why you see the shift of the market towards this type of gaming, to having mobile platforms, to having digital games, to having digital downloads, to walk away basically from physical media. I hope the games will be good. I really do. Right? But do I expect them to be? I don't know. I'm not 100% in love with the new aesthetics, the new cartoony aesthetics, to tell you the truth. I'm a retro guy myself. I always like that 16, 32-bit look. Anything that looks retro to me is preferable. But it's not where the company's going. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not going to be good games. There's plenty of good games that aren't retro looking. Refantagio is a great game. I'm playing it now, and it's a great game, but it's not what we wanted from Sega forever, right? For us Sega fans that have been around from the very beginning, that saw the end of the company, we still supported it. We supported it through these years. We collect the old Sega games. At least I wish we had a little goodbye. I wish we had a little, like I said, the Sega Saturn Mini. It was nice to have the Genesis Mini, but I think that's all we're going to get. At least from this CEO, he's not even going to consider it. So it is what it is. It's bittersweet, but of course I'm a Sega fan. I wish them the best. But at least a Dreamcast Mini, man. It's sad news for us old farts, right? But it looks like we're not going to get it, not at least from Sega. But, you have to keep hope alive. Let's see what happens in the year. Guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.